Good morning, this is Developing Stories. My name is Sahid Arabisala. For a viral democracy in Nigeria, the autonomy of the legislature is sacrosanct. Speaker Ondo State House of Assembly Olamide Oladiji emphasized this necessity while featuring as guest on the circuit, a program organized by the Osrc Orange FM Chapel of the Nigerian Union of Journalists. The speaker noted that such autonomy will realize guaranteed balance of power and drive good governance.
Good morning. How are you?
The Speaker, Ondo State House of Assembly Olamide Oladiji, was special guest at this month's edition of The Circuit, a program organized by the Osrc Orange FM Chapel of the NUJ. The chairman, Ondo State Radio Vision Corporation, Mr. Kunle Adebayo, and his team met the lawmaker and his entourage as attention thereafter switched to the newsroom, venue of the program.
Well, thank you so much for finding time to be with us. Thank you.
To thank you so very much, and also to thank the Ondo State House of Assembly for rising up to the responsibility of the legislature. We've been here over time. We've seen assemblies, but I think this is one of the most robust assemblies, and we're not surprised because it's coming under the leadership of experience, integrity, knowledge, and commitment to serve, which you represent, sir. I'd like to thank you also for the strong support which you are giving the Governor of Ondo State, His Excellency Lucky Orimisun. I hear that one.
In an address of welcome, the chairman of the chapel, Odwayo Sawyer, underscored the importance of the initiative as an avenue to further drive conversation to make society better.
We are here to engage in a vital discourse on the impact of an independent legislature on fostering robust democratic governance in Nigeria, our dear Sunshine State.
The speaker, who spoke on the impact of independent legislature on a viral democratic governance, said an autonomous legislative arm is essential for maintaining balance of power and preventing abuse.
To address the challenge that undermines its effectiveness by safeguarding the autonomy of the legislation, Nigeria can foster a more robust and resilient democracy and efficient legislature in general interest of everyone. Also, in God's Son, we always play the tune of the Godfather, just as inexperienced representation will not do the constituents any good.
Mr. Olamide Oladiji noted that rebranding democracy for effectiveness starts from the people, urging citizens to change their orientation and shun inducement.
The concentration of power in the executive has often led to abuse and the marginalization of other branches of government. I have contested the election thrice. I know what I face. If people did not want you, if you have your money, you have your way. And when our democracy is like that, automatically you should be expecting bad governance.
The conversation snowballed into a comment and question session as journalists from various media outfits, including the state chairman of NUJ, Leke Adegbite, making their remarks.
Now that the state houses of assembly has not been talking on the judgment of the Supreme Court and what they will do to amend the law to suit the judgment. So what is the position of Ondo State House of Assembly?
The speaker also commended Osrc staff and management for their professionalism, pledging more support to enhance service delivery.
This is my second time of coming to this place, and that's my first time. I know the position of this place, but with what I have seen today, I want to say welcome, sir.
The engagement at this edition of the circuit is projected to further awaken consciousness among Nigerians to see themselves as contributors to the nation's success. Sahid Arabisala, Osrc News. Ondo State is among the few states in Nigeria with zero case of Mpox, which is currently ravaging African nations. Omaro Langbeji, who spoke with experts and other stakeholders, reports that measures have been put in place across the 18 local government areas to ensure early detection if eventually imported into the state. The report.
The African Center for Disease Control recently declared Mpox a public health emergency of continental security as the virus continues spread across several countries. According to reports released by the ECOWAS Regional Center for Surveillance and Disease Control, as at August 16, 2024, 44 confirmed cases of Mpox and 1 death have been recorded in some West African countries, including Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire, Liberia, and Ghana. Although generally less severe, the Nigeria Center for Disease Control and Prevention disclosed that 39 cases and 0 deaths were confirmed across 33 states and the Federal Capital Territory since the beginning of this year. Director of Public Health in Ondo State, Dr. Stephen Fagbemi, declared that Ondo State is currently Mpox-free, saying surveillance have been stationed in strategic locations for monitoring.
We've sent a lot of samples to the National Reference Laboratory, to the National Lab in Abuja, but none of them has turned out to be Mpox. So we are actively on the lookout for it. We discuss it from time to time. So what the state government is doing is to continue to build the capacity of the health workers. We have laboratory scientists, we have doctors, we have nurses, we have health promotion officers, social mobilization officers who engage the public.
While explaining the symptoms of the virus, the medical experts maintained that though not deadly, it comes with some inconveniences like rashes, headache, among others.
The health workers know how to identify each rash has its own pattern, has its own form it takes. So to the untrained, they may look alike, but to the health workers, they will be able to differentiate and say it may be this, it may be that, and they run the necessary tests and give the necessary treatment. So our advice to the public is to avoid self-medication.
Special Advisor to Governor on Health, Professor Michael Odimayo, said all the cases that look suspicious have been tested negative, calling on the general public to make use of government hospitals as they are properly positioned to handle any suspected cases.
You know the way the health sector in Ondo State is structured. We have the primary care facilities, the secondary care facility, and the tertiary care facilities, and we have the private facilities that can take care of those various levels, particularly primary and secondary. And these health facilities, they have been positioned. The government of Ondo State, under the leadership of Governor Lucky Odimisan-Ayedatiwa, is really well positioned, and everything that is needed is done.
Currently, experts have confirmed that the exact reservoir of Mpox virus is still unknown, although rodents, squirrels, and monkeys are suspected to play a part in transmission. Omoriola Hungwiji, Osrc News.
The Ondo State chapter of the All Progressives Congress, APC, has said the party will record unprecedented victory in the forthcoming governorship election in the state. According to the party's spokesman, Mr. Alex Kalejaye, the governor, Lucky Ayedatiwa, will enjoy an easy victory. He stated that the victory would be aided by the political giants that recently defected to the ruling party from the People's Democratic Party. Kalejaye emphasized that people of the state are convinced that the defectors are successful leaders in and outside politics and are only concerned about the speedy development which Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa symbolizes. He commended the governor for prioritizing welfare of senior citizens beside prompt payment of salaries and emoluments. The Nigerian Police, through the Intelligence Response Team of the Department of Force Intelligence, has invited the President of the Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, Joe Ajaero, for questioning. According to Assistant Commissioner of Police, Nadamo Muhazo, with the allegations of criminal conspiracy, terrorism financing, treasonable felony, subversion, and cybercrime. The letter said Ajaero is expected to appear for questioning on Tuesday, August 20th, over investigation involving serious offences. The letter further warned that failure to comply with the invitation may lead to the issuance of a warrant for his arrest. The Academic Staff Union of Universities has informed the federal government of its plans to embark on a nationwide strike over failure of the federal government to fulfill its promise. The university body, at the end of the NEC meeting, which was held at the University of Ibadan, gave the federal government a 21-day ultimatum to see to the implementation of the agreement reached with the union. The national president of the association, Professor Emmanuel Sodike, who spoke on the outcome of the meeting, said the federal government had not implemented any of the agreements signed by both parties. And that's the developing story. It's time. Thanks for watching. Good morning.